Hello everyone, this is Michelle Nguyen, and this is my second blog entry for the second language mythology class. I'm here today with my friend Stephanie Zuniga, and she's going to talk about a little bit about herself and what's it like to learn English as a second language. So Stephanie, please start off.
Oh, hello everyone. My name is Stephanie Zuniga. I am a senior and I am majoring in teaching and learning with a certification for 4th to 8th grade mathematics. So, yeah, just helping out here, Michelle, and hopefully I can answer her questions to the best of my ability on my experience as an ELL student.
So is English is actually your first language?
No, actually, my first language is Spanish. My parents taught it to me, and then when I went to school, that's when I started learning English.
So are you born in this? Are you born in the state? In the state, or you're born outside of the state?
No, I'm born inside the state.
Okay, so a little bit curiosity. So English isn't really your first language, but how do you pick up English both outside and inside of the schools?
I think for me, it was just a lot of TV.
Like,
I would go to school, and then all I remember from my childhood is going home and just watching cartoons and TV and everything. That's how I absorbed the language. And of course, when you go to school and then everyone's learning, you also start talking with your friends, and then you'll start picking up on the language faster. But for me, I feel like mostly it was just TV. I was just watching lots and lots of TV, and I was like absorbing the culture and like the language through TV.
so were there any struggles when you're trying to pick up the English as a language?
Struggles. I guess it depends on what you think of struggles, because I feel like there's different struggles. There's the struggle of learning the language, and then also like socializing with the language, like how to use the language, because you might know the words but maybe not the slang. So there's differences. And also one of the things is that I was one of the first ones who was learning English in my family, so there came the struggle that like, oh, my parents need my help to translate for them. So then that's when like I have to learn the language faster just so I can help out.
Okay. So, in school, you know how teachers have their own methods of helping the students learn English as a second language, even for those who are still like in a lower proficiency level.
Mm.
So, how did your teachers or any teachers in general help you out to adapt to the new language?
Um, Reading, lots of reading. In my case, I was very lucky that I enjoy reading and I love to read. So my teachers were always pushing books at me so I could read them, and that's also another way I picked up the language as well. Now that I think about it, I read a lot of books, so to me that was very helpful. I wouldn't know what to say to help a student that might not enjoy reading as much.
So, how would this affect your other content areas, like say social studies, math, or science? Because there are some like vocabulary terms that can be a little bit difficult for other students to learn.
Yeah, that's a very difficult thing to think about, because it is a lot of words and a lot of reading, and like what's the word? It's not like slang for subjects. The jargon you have to use for all these subjects. It's
Jargon?
jargon. It's like the words used for specific contents.
Oh, okay.
Like the words a lawyer might use are different than
Oh,
we
I
might
see.
use. So yeah, there's a lot of that involved, and it's just something that's you just we just gotta help our kids out, you know.
Okay.
And then in my case, yeah, like I said, I did love reading, so I picked it up. I picked up on it.
Okay. So we're going to close this interview for today. But are there anything you'd like to add, like any some kind of advice to other ELL students, or what, or how do you think is like a good way to help the ELL students to improve their language?
I think something that I've noticed from my student teaching is you just have to have a good relationship with those students.
Mhm.
I know I have a few in some of my classes, and I try to be understanding, and but also be a little firm with them to make sure that they're also speaking English, because they need to know how to. And then with that relationship, they'll come to me and ask me questions when they might not have if we didn't have that relationship.
Okay. Any advice to the ELL students out there in the world?
Uh, I know it's hard, but anything is possible if you really want it.
Okay. Well, thank you. Okay. Anyway, thank you for helping me out then.
Of course.
So that concludes our interview. So hope you enjoy.